Hey everybody, it is Katherine Spencer Inskeep coming to you with part 3 of our onboarding series. Number three, the reach out. And we are so excited to offer this series to you. These are videos that you can go back to again and again and again, and that you can share with your new teammates. So we're very excited about our training library that we're doing for our ZYIA Hustle and Heart team. If you've already started at the beginning, then you've already heard from Kim Zamora, who led you through the why. So that's onboarding. That's our onboarding video number 1. And then you watched the onboarding video number 2, such a great video with Susie Brown, one of our Canadian sisters. And now it's my turn on onboarding number 3, the reach out. And this is a topic that I am so super excited about because I love reaching out, and I love language, and I love especially the psychology behind our language and how it impacts our success in our business, our confidence in ourselves, understanding other people and what their brain is triggering them to do when you use certain words, certain tones of voice, and just when you verbally reach out to people. So, welcome. I congratulate you for coming on board, and I'm so excited that you are here and that you've joined our ZYIA Hustle and Heart tribe. And so let's get down to business. You're going to want some paper because you're going to write down some of the stuff that I talk about. The beauty of a video is that you can rewind as much as you want. You can watch this as much as you want. You can pass it on. And so it's super exciting. So welcome to ZYIA Hustle and Heart and our tribe of just very fabulous women, and hopefully some men too soon. So I'm going to talk to you about the reach out, but what you're going to need for the reach out is actually your list. So if you don't have your list in front of you, I want you to get it and I want you to set it just right beside you. The thing about the list is I kind of go by this. I know human tendency is kind of pick through your list. And in this case, there is no cherry picking allowed. You cannot go through your list and say, "Ooh, I'm going to call her first because I'm pretty sure she's going to say yes." Because that's not what it's about. In this business, we're going to see no, we're going to hear no a lot. And so some will tell you, start with your no's. Start with the people that you're sure that are going to say no. And that is a good thing to do. I actually like, my own philosophy is the no cherry picking the list. And that means no going through and cherry picking who I'm going to talk to next. Instead, I start at the top or I start at the bottom, and I start in the middle and I move one direction. And to start, your list is a living organism, and it might have 10 names on it, it might have 100 names on it. You are going to be constantly revising the list, adding the list, crossing people off the list, adding them to a new list. So there is no way you're going to sit down and talk to everybody in your list at once. And so for what we're doing today, I really want you to concentrate on either your first 5 names, or 5 names in the middle, no cherry picking, just go in one direction, or calling for 20 minutes. Because making that first phone call can be a little bit scary. You're practicing, you don't know everything yet, you don't feel comfortable yet, and the only way you're going to get comfortable is by going ahead and like jumping off that cliff and doing it. I remember many years ago, in my first direct sales business, and I have been in direct sales for a little bit over 20 years, I had to do a training on exactly this. And I remember telling my audience that the first time I picked up that phone, it felt a little bit like I was in 6th grade calling my boyfriend. Like I was that nervous. So have heart. You can do it. You hear me talking a lot about the phone call. And the reason is I really believe in the phone call. I am totally old school. I've been around for a long time. I know that people text. I know that people Facebook message. I know that people email. And that can be a great way to reach out to people. However, none of those things have your voice. And your voice is a very, very powerful tool psychologically for the person who is listening to you. And the reason is that when somebody hears your voice, either face to face or over the phone, they are flooded with endorphins and recognition, and it actually brings an emotional response. So if somebody has had a good interaction with you, that's what they start thinking about. They start thinking about, oh my gosh, Ingrid, she's so nice, she helped me with the blah, blah, blah. That's what she's thinking of. Or Teresa, oh yeah, she's that gal I met at that party, and she's the runner. Like, they're making these connections when they hear your voice, and that just doesn't happen when you're using those other forms of communication. So I'm not saying that you cannot reach out those other ways. I'm just saying, if you really want great results, reach out with a phone call. Because whether you talk to someone in person or you leave a message, your voice is doing something very powerful for you. Okay, so on we go. I'm going to give you some scripts here. The first thing that I like to do is when I have my list, I have 5 people on my list, I'm going to call for 5 minutes, I'm going to call for, or not 5 minutes, but 20 minutes or 5 people, whichever comes first. What I usually find is that when I devote that time, usually I'll be at the end, I'm like, oh, I could call one more person. And that's just like bonus, right? Because who knows what that person's going to say or if I'm going to connect with them. But the first thing I like to do is I like to call and I like to say, hey, Kelly, it's Katherine. If you need to tell them where you met them, tell them. And then the next thing I say, and it's so important, is I always say, is this a bad time? Now, I know that our whole lives we've been told that if we're making phone calls and we want someone's attention, that we always say, is this a good time? And here's my problem with that phrase. First of all, when you say, is this a good time, and it's not a good time, your response will typically be, oh, Katherine, yeah, thank you so much. No, I'm actually heading out the door in about 5 minutes, but yeah, I have a few minutes to talk to you. Well, let's stop and think about that just for a second, because that person is multitasking and they are not giving me their undivided attention. And so I'm kind of selfish. I want to have people's undivided attention. When I say, is this a bad time? That same person will say, you know what? Actually, I'm just heading out the door. There is a better time to talk to me. In which case I respond, great. When can I call you back? When's a great time for me to call you back? Because I really do want to talk to you. That's just like the tip of the iceberg, right? We want to have a great, rich conversation with somebody. We want to share what we're doing. We want to ask them some questions. We want their attention. We don't want them, heading out the door. I'm late for whatever. So after I say that, hey, Kelly, it's Katherine. Did I catch you at a bad time? No, you didn't. Great, what's going on? Then I will say something like, I am giving you a quick call because. Now, this is psychology. I want people to know that it's quick, that I'm not going to keep them on the phone forever, and because is actually a trigger word, and because is a word that makes people's brains and their ears perk up, and they're like, oh my gosh, why is she calling me? So when I say, I am giving you a quick call because, there's that part of that brain that in that little nanosecond that you say because is thinking about because why? So, and that's a good thing because you want their undivided attention, remember? So then I'm going to go on and I'm going to share my why. And I'm going to tell them why I'm giving them a quick call. I'm giving you a quick call because I've started a brand new business and I am so excited I want to tell you about it. And this is a piece where I want you to be as authentic as possible. Sorry, I'm getting some text here. Be as authentic as possible. If your husband just lost their job, say it. I don't know if you knew, but Charlie lost his job and I've been looking for a little side hustle, a part-time gig. Now that I'm an empty nester, I'm feeling a little lonely and I miss girlfriend time. And so I found this. Oh, you know that I'm a gym rat. And I found this a great line of activewear. So whatever that is, whatever that why is, and the reason that you've started the the business, share that authentically and personally with your girlfriend, because she needs to have a little background on what you're doing. And so for me personally, my last direct sales company closed their social selling channel. And that's kind of a hard thing. And I kind of hate the starting over part, but what's so exciting is I have a new reason to reach out to my friends and out to my customers and let them know what I'm doing next, and let them know what my goals are with ZYIA, and let them know why I chose ZYIA. The next thing I'm going to say is I do believe in leading with the business, and there is a little formula to this. People are not going to say yes to a party if they've already said or they're not going to say yes to the business if they've already said no to the party. So this is a business where you're going to hear no a lot, and just get used to it. If this is something that bothers you, you just have to take a deep breath. It is never, never personal, and we want to ask. We want to ask every single person, would you want? And again, more psychology, but I like the would you want or do you want. People do everything because they want to and they can, and that is why I like to use those words as opposed to are you interested in, or the gentle suggestion of hey, why don't you do this? Those aren't questions. Why don't you? A suggestion is a suggestion. That doesn't require a response. So the next thing I'm going to say is like, you know what? I have 3 quick questions for you. I've given her a number. I've been very specific. I have 3 questions for you because I want to ask her 3 different things. And my first question is, would you ever want to do a business like this? Or I thought of you because I know that you're a yoga instructor, and I just can't help but wonder if this might be a great gig for you too. Do you want to sit down and have coffee with me? And you'll see, I said, do you want? And I can't help but wonder if. These are direct questions that help you talk to someone. She's going to say yes or no. You know what? No, I'm way too busy. I have too much on your plate. If you're asking her to join you in the business, I love that you are choosing her. Tell her, I'm choosing you. I think this would be perfect for you. I would love to work with you. I think you'd be great because. Would you want to sit down for coffee or a drink and find out if this is right for you? You're not saying, let's get you signed up tonight. You're saying, hey, let's sit down and talk about it. See if this is even right for you. This is not the right job for everybody. The second question I have is about the party. So when somebody says no to the business, and that's a whole nother video that somebody will do, maybe me, maybe somebody else, about overcoming objections and no's and how to set up the interview, and if she says yes and how to move forward. We'll take care of all that. Today we're just going to concentrate on the reach out. So my second question is, and I'll say, okay, my second question is, my number one goal is to uplift and inspire women to be more active and to feel good about themselves. Those are my personal goals. Would you want to help me, keyword, by gathering a couple girlfriends so that I can share ZYIA with them? We're not saying invite 50 people. I actually love the small party. I find them just as successful as a huge party. Our host benefits start with 3 people. My sweet spot, 6 to 8 people. I'm not telling her, hey, invite everybody with a pair of legs to try on ZYIA. I'm saying, would you want to help me by gathering a few girlfriends so that I can share ZYIA with them? Does that sound fun? We want this to be fun and easy. She's going to say yes. She's going to say no. And there's, again, there's going to be another video about how to do your calendar and whatever. So look for those. Those are coming soon as well. And then my third question is, if she says no to the party, oh, I'm not really a party giver, you can ask her, is that no now or no never? Is it okay if I ask you again later when you're not as busy? If she says to you, hey, I'm so busy this month, but I could do it next month. Girlfriend, you have her on the phone, try to get a date out of her. And we'll talk about that too. But don't ever let her put you off. If you are in front of her, you have her on the phone, and she says, hey, yeah, I'd like to party, but not for 4 to 6 to 8 weeks, say, oh my gosh, I'm booking that right now. Let's get you on my calendar, okay? And then the third thing I'm gonna ask her is, I'm hosting my own large party. Would you like to come? I would love for you to see this product in person. I think you'll be impressed as I am. This is the date and the time. Can you make it? Again, do you want to come? Can you come? Those are 2 questions we want to ask, because people do everything because they want to or they can. If she says no, here is the question to ask her. And it's super important, and it is, I am so sorry that you can't come. I'm going to do this again. Do you want me to invite you? Because you want to know, most people say no because they just can't make it. It's something else going on. They're out of town, they have a birthday, whatever. It's nothing personal. But if they say no, instead of you thinking, oh, they're just not interested in writing them off, that is rarely the case. What you want to do instead is say, I'm so sorry. We're going to miss you so much. It's going to be really fun. Do you want me to invite you another time? So that is the reach out. That is the basics of the reach out. I hope this has been helpful to you. I was just crazy when I thought I could do this in 5 minutes, because I couldn't. So we're now at 16:28, and I'm going to sign off. Again, I am Katherine Spencer Inskeep. I am one of our ZYIA Hustle Heart leaders. I've been around in the business for over 20 years. I am happy to work with you, offer suggestions, coach with you. If you have questions, please reach out to me, and you can message me through the ZYIA Hustle and Heart page, our private group. And just so you know, I didn't say this in the beginning, but my nickname is KSI. So if you ever hear somebody like, oh, KSI this or KSI that, that's me. Just my whole name is kind of a mouthful. So thank you. Thank you for joining me. I wish you the absolutely best. I cannot wait to see you shine. And I am so excited to be in this place at this time with this amazing group of individuals who make up our Hustle and Heart team. Take care, and we'll see you soon.